Alright, so as you can see here, I was able to solve the issue, and that issue was because I installed that package with npm and we are using yarn. So if you mix these package managers, sometimes you might have this error. But yeah, finally I was able to resolve it, and as you can see here, if I write something, if I write any location, I do get the location. And the best part is Austin, I'll just put the city name and I can get the location by city name. And also I would like you to see here, what do we get in the console. So as I told you that we do get the output based on console, and here you can see the place ID, which we will be using to get the coordinates. So unfortunately, the thing is that we cannot get coordinates directly at this point, but we will have to do another API call. So let's take a look what API call we need to do. So let long, let's see, we will have to use this function. Okay, place by ID. And first of all, I'll have to import it, and I can do it at this point in the location search. I'll just import it. Okay, and in this on select, let's do this. I'll have it as a function, and in this function, this is the, what you can say, result. And here in the result, or maybe like location result, I'll just try to be a bit specific, and I'll even have it as an async function because we need to do a call, because this returns a promise. So this is a promise. So let's do this. Location and const get let long, or I need to have this as, there'll be like bunch of constants, so that's why I'm trying to name it as accurate as possible. So we, first of all, let's see how do we get the result. So here is the result, and it's just an object, so I can just do like dot place ID. I think so. Let me confirm. Console.log location result dot place underscore ID. Do we get something here? Okay, so let's take a look, and Dallas, perfect, we are getting the ID, so this should work. And even this is an API call, so we need to put it in an await and console.log. Let's see what do we get in data. So we should be getting some object, and let's see. Alright, here is the object, and this has some additional data in it. Alright, so what is this? Formatted address. This shows of Punjab. Why is it? Maybe because, okay, this is not the right address. So I will put this here, and we do get the address, so which is working fine. And let us get the coordinates. So we can use it in this way, coordinates. So we'll have to import it from the same way how we are importing the address. So not the address, but geocode by place ID, and I'll call it, it's even a promise. So const getting let long equals to await and get let long data and 0th index, as you can see here. And even if you see the result object, it is an array, so we just need the 0th element. So let us take a look. What do we get here? And let's see. Austin. Perfect. So we are getting the let and long, and based on this, we can do the weather call. So this is good, and let us get this same element in the parent. Not the same element, but the same let and long, because this is something you are getting right now in the child component. We need to get it in the parent, right? So for that, we need to create a callback function in app.js, and this callback function will fetch data from child, const get data from child, and let's assume we will just name it result, and let's create a state as well, const let long set let long use state. Okay, initially it will be empty, and once I get data from child, I'll just set the state let long set let long to result. This works good, and I will pass into this as update parent equals to get data from child. So here is something interesting, because you see the names are a bit different. This function is because this tells you what exactly this function is doing. This is getting up the data from the child, and why I have named it as update parent is because when I am in search, location search, this is a child. So when I have, or when I name something as update parent, it specifically tells me that this is going to update the parent. And just to make it a bit clear, so update parent, I have just destructured it, and at this point I can just call the update parent and pass in the getting let long, and this should work as we expect, and we can check it here by json.stringify and let long. Okay, let's see if this works. I'll have to save this as one as well. Okay, so let's see, Mohali, or as we can take whatever we want. Okay, finally we have something in the, so this is a parent, right, if you remember. So this is working as expected, and now what we need to do is we need to look at the weather API call. So let's take a look at the weather API. Here, as you can see, I already have subscribed to this weather API, and as you see here, don't try to use my API key because there is some restriction or limit to it. So it's totally free, so you can just create another API key and use it. So as you can see here, we will be using the get location by geographic coordinates, and all you need to do is just to pass in the let and long at this point. So this looks fairly simple, and let us do that. And where are we going to do that? We can do that in the parent and get or fetch weather data, const get. Okay, this will be a async as well. Const get data equals to await fetch, and here is something interesting that you will need to use http colon / And another thing that you might need is you will have to add in your API key here. So, and first of all, let's do this. And C and T, this is a count. One, we just need one item, and app ID equals to, this is the key that you want. So not the key that you want, this is something that's assigned to you. Key equals to, I have the key here, let me just add it. API, where's that key? Okay. Alright. So key, this is just a string literal, and okay, this should work as expected. And okay, so console log get data. Alright, let us see what do we get here, but before that let me put this in use effect. Okay, I have to import it, and it's imported. In use effect, the first parameter is a function, second is of which data, it's a checker, and let us keep it empty at the moment, but not get data, but get weather data, and it will run on every update. This is just we are trying to check, so it's not a problem. So let us see what do we get here in the console. Alright, so we did get something, and it seems that we need to get an accurate data. So getting let and long, not at this point. We need to look in the app.js. Okay. Oh, wait just a second. The tutorial. Okay. HTTP colon. This looks correct. Okay, I think there is something that I'm missing, but let me get the whole URL. I think this is the correct URL, but let's see. So okay, this is not bad. At this point we will get something, but we need to convert it to JSON. So console object, or I can just name it data object equals to get data dot JSON, and supposed to be an await as well, and console log data object. Let's see what do we have here. And okay, initially it's supposed to be undefined is not a float because there's nothing there, and let's see this. Okay, so let and long, we didn't get anything in the, oh okay, it's because we need to assign a parameter here, like a checker, that when this should run when we have a let long is different, or is updated, or set let long is updated. Let's try this, and initially we will have an error, but once we, let's see Japan, perfect, so we are getting what we expect. And as you can see here, we got the main is something which we will take care of, and this is the temperature. Feels like the temperature is 128 278. This is in Kelvin, so you'll have to change it to Fahrenheit or Celsius as per our requirement, and we will handle that. This is the coordinate which we got. The other thing is, oh, here is the weather, what we care about. So it's cloud, broken cloud, and let's try for something else. Right now in Austin, it's a bit, it's nice, so I don't know exactly what we will get, but let's see. Okay, weather is clear. Okay, so it could be sunny somewhere and something like that. So based on this, let's just give this a final try. I just want a sunny one. Weather is fog. Okay, no problem. So as you can see, we are getting the let and long, and based on this let and long, we are getting a result. So in the next video, what we will do is we will try to make sense to the UI based on what we get here, and display snow, fog, or clear as per the response. So thank you for staying and watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.